Peace world, thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. I'm the man here that keeps it all cooking wood. Some bite down boxing, definitely. Bite down boxing presented by Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment channel. LeBron was in his feelings, I guess, on Instagram after getting back-to-back triple doubles. And, you know, I think I guess I haven't accomplished nearly as much as LeBron, but man, I can't help but mention, I listen to a lot of these different podcasts that, you know, I gotta check on what the competition is doing. You know, am I providing enough information? Am I covering enough stuff? Should I just talk about these two individuals that get clicks and you know, generate activity? So I listen to some stuff here and there. I give it a couple of listens. And like I said, man, I'm sitting here and this dude's that's being viewed as the creme de la creme. They get all the retweets of their content and the shares, and people calling them, you know, geniuses and whatnot. And I'm saying the same. I'm saying the same stuff the same week, in damn near the same manner. So, I mean, I say all this to say, man, those likes, if you digging what I'm talking about, you know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't take much to just hit that like button. I know everybody's not trying to comment. You know, that's cool, but you come to the channel a couple times a week. If you're getting something, or if it's a specific reason that you rock with the channel, you know, regularly, please be sure to hit that like button, man. I mean, I gotta have, you know, it'd be nice to have some kind of engagement, or some kind of feedback. Really, just feedback. But anyway, let me get to it. You know, I really appreciate it being, you know, invited to do some, you know, to contribute to the roundbyroundboxing.com, the panel that they put together for their pound for pound list. You know, that's a form of feedback. Although I'm not a big pound for pound guy. I'm not a best of guy. I'm not a so-and-so is the best in the sport guy. I can't get into all of that. But I was listening to some of these big podcasts, and I was looking at some of the comments on social media, and it's like, after this victory, we have to put Canelo up on a pedestal. We have to make him our pound for pound number one. His resume is unparalleled, etc., etc., etc. And I don't have to get into the whole clenbuterol thing. That's not my bag either. But I struggle with putting a dude at number one because he saw something in somebody and told us it was a challenge, and then went out there and knocked the dude. Damn near didn't get hit the whole fight, and goes out there and knocks the dude out in the 11th round with the three-piece, a vicious three-piece. And then he tells the crowd, you know, calm down until they get my man together over here. And then I'm supposed to say you're something. I mean, there's money behind you. There's people that eat because of you. You may be the money man, undeniably. I mean, you have this contract that puts you on par with Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever his name is. You know, the LeBrons of the world. You know, of course you are what you are. But, and the skill is there. The skill is definitely there. I mean, it's a lot of dudes go 12 rounds with somebody and never execute, you know, the closing. So I get all of that. And going up 2 weight classes, again, how do you ignore the fact my man Kovalev wanted 3 to 4 more weeks, needed 3 to 4 weeks. You know the dude is vulnerable, but you tell him, nah, take this bag right now or that's it. And of course he's gonna give in to that. And I'm just telling you, man, a lot of times in boxing, for your favorite dude, for my favorite dude, almost, of the dudes that I like, it's Maximus and Commodus in Gladiator, where he went in there before they fought in the Coliseum, and he stabbed him in the side, you know, and left him leaking, and told the guards to patch him up, put him in his armor, and throw him out there. It's a lot of that goes on repeatedly in boxing. So then I'm sitting here trying to put together a pound for pound list, racking my brains, you know, to tear apart all the nuance and all of this criteria that you can go on. And really all I can go on, man, all I can really go on is frequency, how often you're fighting, and if you are unified, you know, if you really unifying titles. You know, if you are going up, you know. And lastly, before I get to what I want to talk about, which is Naoya Inoue and Inoue-Donaire, I really wish some of because we can't get Charlo and Canelo. We can't get Andre and Canelo for some reason. And cool, maybe neither one of those guys can compete with him. Maybe they can't. Maybe you tell me that they can't, so I am supposed to believe that they can. I don't know. But you just been in the same ecosystem as these guys for 6 years, but you never have to face them. I really can't rock with that. But I really wish one of these guys that I'm sitting here like they deserve a shot at some point in time. I really wish that they would go out there and pick some lofty goal, some lofty achievement, and make a fight with somebody. But the one reality is the money is not going to be there for them to do that. And the safety net is not going to be there in case they take that L. Once they go back to where they came from, they got to start all over. Canelo, based on this guaranteed deal, however it's configured, you know, I'm sure it's some clauses and whatnot in there, but he can do all of this stuff. And on top of that, when you're getting paid world-class money, you're motivated as hell to go out here and create unique events and do it on that level. So, like I said, man, I struggle with it. I don't know how I'm supposed to say I don't know how I'm supposed to ignore the couple of decent decisions that went in his favor. And now here, with, like I said, we won't sit here and talk about fighter safety and now you can and can't say quit and you need to be more thoughtful of how you say this and we need to respect fighters and we all want to get on this soapbox now. But like I said 3 weeks ago, didn't nobody give a damn about this 36-year-old fighter coming off a 10-week after layoff after a very tough fight in which his career almost ended. Nobody gave a damn about that. It's a lot of hypocrisy in this stuff, man, in this game. But anyway, another thing that kills me is week to week to week, all these podcasts out here, all of these YouTube channels out here, and then you watch some of the comments on social media and people I didn't know that was pay-per-view, or I didn't know that was going to be on here. I didn't know I didn't know the time of that. I didn't know what channel. I didn't know if that was FS1. I didn't know if that was Fox. And people are putting this information out there. They're pouring their lives into this stuff. Thursday morning at 5 a.m. I'm pretty sure, 5 a.m. is the start time on the zone for this Inoue-Donaire and Inoue, the bantamweight finale for the World Boxing Super Series. To decide it'll be a unified champion. Well, it's already. Anyway, I didn't research that part of it. But the fight is Thursday, 5 a.m. And another thing, man, I'm excited that it's that early. Again, it's a new day. You got all of these apps and all of these different ways of delivering the sport. The hell with people on the East Coast having to be up after midnight to watch a freaking fight. I understand we get together and have our fight parties and our Hennessy and our Douce and me, my craft beer, whatever you do, and we wherever we're watching at the gatherings that we have. I get all of that, but in the big scheme of things, is it great for the sport if people are sitting up and the main event is starting after midnight on the East Coast? Is that ideal? I'm cool with it while I'm getting ready for work, and I'll probably be able to go ahead and go on and work from home that day, and I'm gonna just watch it before I go to work. I got the rest of the day to talk about it, to cover it, write about it, review it on here, so on and so forth. So I'm good with it. Again, man, that's something I just don't see why fights have to start at that late time. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna keep on that. But anyway, man, let's look at the matchup. Like I said, my man, shout out to my man Avon Barksdale. Let's walk. What I really wanted to talk about was we're gonna find out a little bit more about Inoue, the monster. This dude has been in this tournament and he's only fought like a total of 15 seconds or 30 seconds or something to get through two fights and to be here now in the finale against a veteran in Inoue-Donaire. First of all, regarding Donaire, the Filipino Flash, salute to that man for even putting himself in the mix with this thing and with the fighters that were in there to start. Being at his age, being where he's been up and down in his career, flying high before the matchup with Rigan Diao when the carpet got kind of pulled from underneath him. And now, fighting his way back into this thing. Conversely, he's kind of caught some favorable breaks. Ryan Burnett's back, having the back issue in the second or third round, where I think Burnett was getting ready to start getting the better of him. Then he doesn't have to fight Tete for some reason, Zolani Tete, and he ends up facing a Stefan Young. What I did like and can appreciate is the fact that he used that experience and that craftiness to get that young man out of there with a vicious, one of the most thrilling KOs of the year. So, and Young was a top 15 guy, but he gets him out of there, and he's here now, and I don't see this going beyond the 5th or 6th round. If Inoue is what he is, that when that power pitcher, Randy Johnson, Clemens, Verlander, to an extent, any of the guys throwing that heat, when it sinks in there and that fastball goes into that catcher's mitt, that's how Inoue's body shots sound. I mean, dude is nasty. And he has great footwork, good anticipation to attack the body from the outside. Just seems to be a rare talent, man. I mean, dude is nasty. But you know, sometimes older fighters, experienced fighters, you know, they can deal with power. You know, they can overcome power. Although he's one of the best jabbers in the game as well. So not only, you know, is the power there, but he can also set it up nicely with this jab. So it's a tough assignment for Donaire. But like I said, man, I salute that dude for his, you know, his willingness to participate. Could we get, I don't even know if there's going to be a third season of the World Boxing Super Series. But could you imagine, I mean, well, what's your optimism that we could get the, because of promotional affiliate and platform affiliations, could we get this group of guys at super bantamweight, one of my favorite divisions? Could we get those guys in Navarrete, who's getting ready to go up to featherweight? But Roman, Ray Vargas, maybe Brandon Figueroa, some other dude, Cool Boy Steph. Can we get that group? What is that, 5 guys and maybe one other or something? Would they be willing to do that? Probably not. But yeah, man, it's a tough assignment for because everything he can basically do and would go to do to compete, to actually compete in this fight, the kid probably does it better at this stage. And we, you know, typically we've said that, you know, older guys don't hold up well at these lower weight classes. You know, so tough day at the office ahead for Inoue-Donaire. So like I said, man, I'm taking the monster to move on, hoist this Ali trophy, and then we see what happens with him next. You know, from what I understand, you know, they've been saying for a couple of months is that the likelihood that he goes to top rank, and we see how you know, there's talks of him and Vasily Lomachenko colliding at some point. There's other business out there, you know, to look into. Also on this card, it's starting at 5. I don't know how late us East Coast people, I don't know how, you know, what's going to be the lead time from that 5 a.m. to actually when the championship fight goes off with Donaire and Naoya. But there's also Nordine Ubali, the other, you know, another bantamweight champion, actually facing Takuma Inoue, the brother of Naoya. So that's the only 2 fights that are listed on BoxRec at this time. I would imagine there's another 1 or 2 at least, you know, fights on there. But like I said, I don't know if this is going to be a matter of we get to like 6:30 or 7 when the main event is going to come on. If I see something on that, maybe I'll come back and do a second video on that and you know, put that out there. But other than that, man, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. I got a new writing spot that it looks like I'm gonna get a chance to link up with and work with a couple colleagues that I'm excited to be on a team with, trying to you know, cover some more boxing and write a little bit more from a different perspective, or maybe, you know, with a different vibe, and seeing what this new thing looks like. So I'm not gonna mention the name just yet because it's not fully up and running, but it does look like it'll be happening in the next couple of days. But I was just kind of like honored to get a chance to go and be around like-minded people and you know, contribute to something, you know, and see if the sum of the parts, you know, can be a big thing and whatnot, or a bigger thing. So anyway, man, like I said, let me get on off of here. But enjoy that fight. Thursday night, you know, it's action. Saturday still. I haven't really looked at the calendar, man. After 3 weeks in a row, the triple headers and all of this stuff, and fights on multiple platforms, As one dude, man, it's kind of tiring to keep up with some of this stuff. But anyway, bite down boxing, don't let them count you out.